I lost my voice, so if I sound off, that's why. I'm a little bit sick, but yeah, I primarily just lost my voice. So I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of the saying, when they say, like, don't become a product of your environment. And I bring that up because I feel like a lot of people, that's all they know, which is real. Like, we grow up, that's all we see. Certain things is all we see. But I bring that up to say that just because you have seen or your examples have been less than what you imagine, or just because you have seen people settle for disrespect, or you are constantly like speaking to certain people for advice and they're giving you whack ass advice that you just don't align with, nobody says that you have to fucking follow that shit. You do not have to follow that shit. It's like, the reason why I bring that up is because if you dream and you want a specific version of yourself and you imagine yourself as like a person who does not tolerate any kind of disrespect, or a person who has these big dreams, a person on stage, or a person with a huge YouTube fan base, a person with a big following, a person that changed millions of people's lives. If you dream of these things and you are talking to someone with a small mind, if you are talking to someone who is settling for a life that they are not fulfilled with, if you are talking to someone who is settling in their life, they are not going to align with what you have to say, and they are most likely going to project their fears. They are most likely going to project their limiting beliefs into that conversation onto you, wanting you to do the same thing. Do not pick up off that shit. Do not pick up off that shit. Do not listen to what they have to say. If what they're saying does not align, run with that. If what they're saying is like low-key making you question yourself, question what you want to go for, question your beliefs, and not question your beliefs in a good way. Like, question your beliefs on if, like, low-key making you like, oh, hell no. Sorry. Question yourself on your journey. If this person and their like sorry ass ways are making you do that, please reflect on who you are talking to. Please reflect on who you are sharing your ideas with, and please reflect on how much you value your energy to still be doing it after you realize that what they're doing. Because I say that because I want you to prioritize, and I want you to value your energy and your goals and everything you dream of so much, you know who to talk to about it. I don't want you to be talking to someone who is just not confident in themselves and projects their worries, their fears, and all their limitations onto you, which causes you to take a detour in your journey. Like, they just need to get on and worry about themselves and literally work on themselves instead of trying to have you worry about your stuff when originally you weren't even worried about these things. And I bring this up because I had this conversation. I recently held this conversation with someone, and I don't even remember how it started or what the root of this conversation was. Long story short, I ended up telling this person, I am done tolerating disrespect. I have finally came to terms that any type of disrespect is disrespect. So I was explaining to this person, like, I am done tolerating disrespect. I will not settle for disrespect in any area of my life. I'm just not doing it anymore. I respect myself too much. I have worked with myself too much to sit down and tolerate disrespect. I have literally built my voice from the ground up because it was literally like, it was stripped from me. So I have built my voice from the ground up to finally speak up for myself in full confidence, to finally speak up for myself in a way that I know I can. So, like, I will not tolerate disrespect anymore. And as I'm speaking to this person, they are just not aligning with what I'm saying, and they don't understand what I'm saying. And as we are talking, they tell me, like, they tell me, like, you understand there are disrespectful people in this life. I'm like, yeah, what the hell? Like, I understand that people get mad, people get disrespectful. What the hell? Like, where are you trying to go with this? And so they're like, so what are you going to do when a disrespectful person comes up into your job? You can't just leave it. And I'm like, I totally understand these things, but I still will not tolerate disrespect. I won't leave my job because of somebody, but I won't tolerate disrespect. And I also feel like conflict is something that we have to embrace nowadays. Conflict is okay. We can address someone if they are being disrespectful, and that is okay. That allows them to reflect on themselves. And conflict does not always have to become some kind of fighting thing. I mean, you can just address something respectfully. You can address something. We're all grown adults at this point in time, this point in life. Like, we can talk about things. Obviously, some people don't know how to go about things, and that's okay. But you can still navigate the conversation in a way that is fully respectful and fully in a way where they can understand where the disrespect comes from. This person was trying to say, like, in customer service, you can't just leave your job. I'm like, okay, I know that, but just because people are disrespectful does not mean I have to settle for disrespect. There are people who understand what disrespect and respect looks like. The way I think of it is like, I'm living proof. I'm living proof that there are people in this life that know how to respect others, even when they're angry, even when they disagree, even when they're not feeling good, even when they are going through the worst parts of their life. There are people who know how to respect others. There are people who know how to handle their emotions. There are people who can take accountability even when they do come off disrespectful, do come off moody. They can take accountability and apologize because they understand. There are this life that do that know. And so I hate when someone tries to tell me that no, that doesn't exist. Well, that might not exist for you in your life. You might settle for people being disrespectful. You might be in a work environment where you allow people to disrespect you. You may be in a customer service job where you constantly help people who are disrespecting you. The way you can go about these things is like, they never imagine that you could sit down and tell a customer, like, look, I'm here to help you, but you are becoming very disrespectful, and if you remain disrespectful, I can no longer help you. We can no longer proceed with this conversation. We can no longer proceed with this situation. Those are things that you can do to set your boundaries. You can set your boundaries in every area of your life. And just because your environment shows you different, just because your environment isn't the best example, does not mean you have to follow your environment. Also, be super careful with who you talk to and how you express yourself to them. Other people, I mean, I understand that everyone is trying their best, but not everyone understands and has the full vision that you do. Not everyone understands, and not everyone has the goals that you do. Not everyone has the boundaries that you do. Not everyone has done the inner work that you have. So they're not going to see it. But just because they don't, you can leave their ass there. You can leave them there. You can leave them there without... Sorry, guys, if y'all hear that, that's my goose. You can leave their ass there if they want to settle for less, if they don't want to set boundaries, if they want to do certain things, if they don't want to chase their dreams, if they want to sit down scared, if they don't want to take the next step. That's on them. That is on them. Do not let them. I just get so passionate about these things. Do not let them basically like define how you move. Do not let them allow you to make you second guess. If you know, like, I get so passionate about these things because I feel like sometimes we can really surround ourselves with people who just are not on our level, and with people who just don't understand, and we can talk to them, and sometimes we just want advice, we want support, and those people are just not in a space to do that. They just don't understand. They don't have the brain capacity. They don't have the optimism to know those things, to understand what it's like to dream so big, to understand what it's like to set boundaries, to understand what it's like to heal, to ask yourself hard questions, to face hard realities. Some people just don't have the capacity to know what those things are, and that's okay. But it's time to realize that who they are, and it's time to put them in a place that they need to be placed. If you are talking to these people and you do not align with them, understand that you do not align with them. They do not align with you, and they do not deserve to hear you. They do not deserve to know how your brain works. They're only going to hold you back. Do not listen to these people. They do not align with you. They do not root for you. They barely even root for themselves. And this is the life that they live. And that is not the life that you want to live. If you are aligning with anything that I'm saying, I promise you, I know, you know that that is not the life that you want to live at all. So do not settle for it. Do not settle for those kinds of friends. Do not settle for that kind of advice. My fucking goose is literally fucking scaring the shit out of me. I am rooting for every single person who has these big dreams. I'm rooting for everyone who's rooting for themselves. I'm truly rooting for everyone, and I wish y'all all the absolute best in your journey. And I truly, truly wish for y'all to receive everything you desire. For me, in my experience, my environment I was not raised in an environment where we spoke about mental health. I was not raised in an environment where we set boundaries. I was not raised in an environment that was fully supported. I was raised in an environment that was like extremely judgmental. I had to reprogram my own brain, practice neuroplasticity. I had to do these things. And I just want you to know that it is fully possible, that you are totally capable of these things, even though your environment isn't the prettiest, even though your environment isn't the most understanding. Anything that you wish for, anything that you dream of, you can achieve if you just wish to want to learn more, if you wish to want to understand more, if you wish to not live a certain way, not think a certain mindset anymore, you can do these things. These things are fully possible. You can do these things. I have trained my mindset. I have literally trained my mindset to think different than the rest of my family. It was growing up, it was so easy for me to complain. It was so easy for me to be sad. It was so easy for me to live a certain way. Once I became aware of the way I was living and understood that I did not want to live this way anymore, I literally reprogrammed my brain. I sat with myself, I asked myself questions, I dug deeper, I was disciplined, I worked every single day. I said my affirmations. I put in the tiny habits to be where I am, to work with my brain, to think how I think, to walk how I walk, to to hold myself up how I do. I have worked every single day to be where I am today, ever since I became aware of the way that I live, and it is truly, truly possible. I had no example of who I am today. I did not look up to anyone around me. I looked up to Alexis on YouTube. You don't even have to have anyone to necessarily look up to. Think of your future self. Think of your new identity. Think of who you want to become. Look up to that person. Look up to her. Look up to how you want to be. Write in detail about who you want to be, how you want to walk, how you want to act, how you want to handle situations, how you want to go about certain things. What do you do for fun? What kind of hobbies do you have? What kind of books do you read? All of those things, you can look up to that person. You don't even necessarily have to look up to anyone, but as long as you have a vision, look up to that person, stick to it, and just know that it is fully possible. I just hate for some people don't have the prettiest environments. Some people don't have the prettiest support system, and that is okay. It is okay. I just want you to know that you are still fully capable of every single thing that you imagine, every single thing that you dream of, every single thing that you imagine, that you dream of, that you cater for, that you set goals for. It is truly possible, and I just want y'all to know that. As long as you have yourself, as long as every day you are striving for what you want, and even if you slip one day, take it one day at a time, take it 1 minute at a time. You do not have to be someone completely different tomorrow with $1 million tomorrow. That does not have to happen, and you have nothing to prove to no one. Ever. No one has to approve of what you do. No one has to approve of what you say. No one has to approve of what you set. No one has to approve of that shit but you. If someone is trying to shit on what you got going on, fuck them. They get on. They don't see the vision. They're not rooting for you. They don't align with you. They don't resonate. They don't understand. And that's okay. They can stay where they need to stay at. And you can keep going. Sorry if I'm talking so hard. First off, I lost my voice, so I feel like I gotta go a little harder. And then two, I get so passionate about these things. I really want someone to understand. Sometimes I wish somebody sat me down and spoke with me about these things. You don't have to become a product of your environment. You don't even have to really listen to your environment if they don't align. If they don't understand what you got going on, that's cool. Leave them where they're at. You can find a new community. You can find a new friends, new family, new people who really support you, new people who really align, new people who help you grow. These things are so possible. Just put yourself in that position. Let go of them so new people can come in. New opportunities can come in. New connections can come in. Allow yourself to receive. Let go of what no longer serves you. Oh, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I thank you for watching content like this for yourself. I thank you for watching my content. I thank you for watching and staying this far. I thank every single person who watched every single one of my videos. I'm so passionate about these topics. I'm so passionate about making videos. I'm so passionate about talking to people, helping people, and inspiring people. I am so passionate about these things. Thank you so much for watching this content. Thank you so much for watching my video. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all so much for every single version of support, regardless if it's a like, regardless if it's 1 second of the video, regardless if it's a share. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you.